So
Weird Wednesday. Leah, what are we talking about?
we are talking waxed canvas today because I've been sewing with it at home, making my hubby a duffel bag for a new gym bag because he's killed his other gym bag. So waxed canvas is exactly what it sounds like. It is canvas fabric, and they soak it in wax, so it soaks into the fibers, and there's wax on top. And it's really nice to work with. So let me talk about a couple things that I've learned along the way this week. Wax canvas, your happiest place needles wise. It's a thick, dense weave. You're probably going to want a jeans or a top stitch needle. And if you get the chrome coated ones, they're non-stick. And I don't have any chrome coated jeans needles at home right now, so I haven't actually tested whether the wax sticks to those needles or not. But the wax does come off this fabric as you sew with it. And then the other thing you'll want is a non-stick foot. So there's a few different options. 51 is a roller foot, so those are actually rollers on the bottom. And then there's 52 is kind of the white Teflon bottom.
Yeah, so in the Bernina, we've got 52, 52C, 52D. So 52 is a 5mm foot, 5.5. For those of you with a machine that only sews that wide. 52C is for the 9mm machines. And 52D is for the 9mm machines with the dual feed option. These two aren't interchangeable, really, 52C and D. Leah brought my feet back to me. I had all of them. I said, "Do you want to try them?" And so they're the 52.
I've been using the 52D for everything I've been doing.
Because you're smart and you have a D machine. So that has the opening in the back that allows the dual feed mechanism through. And then this is an open toe 20. Well, it's a 6 actually, but a 56 in Teflon.
Yep.
In the old world, that was a 6. In the new world, it was a 20. And when you put Teflon on it, it's a 56. And then my favorite foot of all time, 53. Got that lovely edge stitch. Yeah, wax canvas is waterproof. For our brother and other fans out there, the roller foot here,
It's like the Fred Flintstone foot.
yeah, it's got wheels. And
The part number on that one
it's
is...
an SA 190.
And then there's two versions of the
Non-stick.
non-stick. One is SA 114, and we don't have the other one back here.
That's okay.
We can find it.
There's options. Roller style foot is anything that's going to scuff or mark. So, or be sticky when you sew it. And wax canvas feels sticky when you rub your finger on it. So all of these feet are the ones that we talked about in vinyl as well. And leather or a fine grain suede where the foot is going to leave marks. And so the roller feet are good for anything that's tacky.
So, a little bit about wax canvas. So far, it's been lovely to work with because it's really stiff. Doesn't really stretch at all while you sew. It like you cut it the size you need it and slap a zipper on it, and it just stays the right size. There's no wonky stretching. It's been really nice.
Oh yeah, it's a stable cotton for sure.
Yeah. So
and with that wax in there, when you cut, it doesn't really fray.
it's like magic. So far, I'm a big fan.
This fuzzy edge here's
That's
the
the
selvage.
Yeah.
But when you cut into it, it holds its edge quite tidy as well. And with the stiffness in here, it's like being super starched.
Yeah. So a couple things. You can't iron your waxed canvas when you go to press your seams. You kind of can, but you need to be really low heat. But really with the wax in there, when you finger press it, it keeps its fold.
But yeah, when you crease this, it's like starched. It will hold that edge.
Yeah, so I needed to make a little like zipper pull type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just finger pressed it and sewed it. And it stayed put
it's
great.
It's pretty responsive.
And then you don't want to pin through it. So wonder clips. And there is a bit of a right and a wrong to this, but it's really hard to tell once you start working with it which is which. One side's a little smooth, like one side's a little waxier than the other.
Interesting.
I think I cut one piece for Sean's bag the wrong way. Sewed it the wrong way before I realized what was going on.
I think at the end of the day, I don't think it's really going to show. The scuffing is normal after you've been working on it.
So that piece I crumpled all the way. The bag I'm working on, I needed to turn inside out through the lining.
It's quite soft, actually, after you work with it a bit, Eva.
Yeah. And it gets life lines.
Yeah.
It builds character.
It's going to have a weathered look to it. So if that, like I showed you here, that pristine look is for you, you don't want to use this, because when you start touching the wax, the second you start touching it, lines go in it.
Yeah.
So you have to be okay with that look.
But I have a secret trick to get this looking less white. Blow dryer.
Right. We got a heat gun here, not a hairdryer at work, so be careful.
Yeah, I know. We're going to turn it all the way low. Should just kind of soften that wax again.
So you can heat it up.
Yeah.
You could probably heat it up nicely with the iron and a pressing sheet, but a hairdryer is a good, easy cheat.
For thread, just for regular construction, you could just use a regular all-purpose polyester. For construction and detailing, you could do with the top stitch thread. So a couple things right away with wax canvas. Longer stitch length than normal.
Yeah, especially, and that heavy thread is beautiful, but you can't do a 2. You need a 3, a 3.5.
Yeah.
And the good news is it feels like you're going faster.
And then even with the non-stick foot, I was dropping my presser foot pressure. So longer stitch length, dual feed foot, and the non-stick foot.
And if you don't have a dual feed, it's fine. Use your Teflon, but
A walking foot would work.
walking foot might be better, yeah. Or in brother, if you got a move it foot, whatever you got.
So as you sew, just the motion of the machine on that wax, you're going to get texture.
Yeah, so you can
pull
see
happening.
it's cracking the wax around each of the stitches.
Yeah. So the less holes you put in it, really the better.
Yeah, those won't heal as quickly or as nicely in plain cotton, you guys. That'd be where the hairdryer will come in handy.
Yeah. So even if you're not using thick thread, your other option for getting a thicker stitch, this is just a regular stitch again with lower pressure. Lower pressure marred less right at the needle. And less marks from the dual feed.
Yeah, you can kind of see.
So the second run here was a little less marring on the canvas. There was already a wear line there.
The heavier the pressure, the more drag, the more wax squishing and moving.
Yeah. So other stitches you could use on this, you could use a triple stitch.
If you don't have super thick thread and you want it to look super thick, triple stitch.
So the default on that is 3 right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave it.
because it's smart.
So a triple stitch goes back over the same spot. We'll give you that nice fat top stitch look without that top stitch thread. So the triple stitch on here.
Yes, that's hard to see on the thing, but you can see. So same thread in the first 2 lines of stitching there, and see the triple stitch there. That's a nice detail on something heavier, like a canvas.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And then you can see, like, on the back where the feed dogs are pulling
Yeah.
it through the machine.
Right.
So the first, like, a couple of the pieces I had to sew for the bag are just waxed canvas. Like around the strap detailing.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the rest of the bag has some interfacing in behind it. So no sewing interfacing can go with this, but not iron-on interfacing.
So heating would remelt the wax and fill the holes.
You can't make all the lines go away, but you can
Look
clean
at
it
that.
up a whole bunch.
It's like it's brand new again.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's nice and warm.
Yeah.
But you can see
It's easy to work with.
it looks cleaner. It's totally worth trying. I fell in love with wax canvas when I saw a black and white toile on the top of a bag with the black canvas, the black wax canvas on the bottom.
We're going to sew with wax canvas. I don't want to be blamed when everything is sticky. So, rubbing alcohol will take wax off. On the places where I was sewing just wax canvas, I was sewing interfacing to the wax canvas. That's where the problem was arising. Just wiping the foot off, and with the rubbing alcohol, pulling the stitch plate off, and the stitch plate as well. And then you might need something sharp and pokey to clean the wax off your feed dogs. So the way I would do this is you can get something under your feed dogs while you're cleaning, so you don't just brush all that wax into your machine.
Coming over. So look at her carefully picking that out. Maybe we could just put the machine in the oven and turn it on low and let it melt off.
Well, that's going to melt somewhere you really don't want it.
Right. Anyway, so Weird Wednesday, we just thought we'd bring you some interesting weird fabric.
Thanks, guys. Bye.